I've asked you both, to come up with 3 to 5. It could be three, or it could be up to five, or it could be 20. I don't care. But 3 to 5 places to go. If you were ever to visit Germany, where would you visit? Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Today we're hanging out with the crew. Now, the crew, but there's something that goes along with the crew, and that's Mountains to Sea crew. And we have Captain Corey, and we have First Mate Lori right there. How's it going, folks?
Good.
Doing good. How are you doing, Darion?
Doing great. Thank you for coming up here and being my special guest for the evening. And we're gonna dive deep into your sea. How about that?
All right.
I just made that up. That was not planned. That was not planned whatsoever. Well, as you know, you watch my channel and stuff like that. I love to interview some of my favorite YouTubers, right? And I love people. I'm a people person, and y'all are one of them. Okay, so but I want to share out what I like, and I personally like your channel. I love your channel. You crack me up. Especially on your ship vlogs and everything, and no telling what Lori's going to say, no telling what you're going to say either, Corey. And so you keep everybody on the edge of their seats and everything. So that's really cool. So we're going to, like I said, deep dive into this here. Now let me ask you a question. Now, how did you? Before I ask you how to come up with the name, I'm going to ask you, when did you start having an aspiration for a YouTube channel?
It started in January of, what was it, 23?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would have been January of 2023. We had just booked a cruise on Odyssey of the Seas.
For my birthday.
For Lori's 50th birthday.
And I could have just left it at my birthday.
Okay, well.
Just kidding.
All right, sorry.
I never said
asked
I heard 30th birthday. That's what I heard, Lori. That's what I heard.
Birthday. And we had never cruised together, and we didn't really know a whole lot about cruising. So what do? I jump on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm sure somebody's put something about this ship out there. Maybe we can find out what we're getting into with this thing. Mm-hmm. And I discovered this huge, massive community of cruise tubers and travel vloggers and everything else. And we both got hooked on watching YouTube for cruise and travel reviews and vlogs and everything else. And, after a couple of weeks watching this, I'm like, we don't know a whole lot about cruising, but we know St. Martin really well. Maybe we give this a shot and see what we can do. Vlogging it, and that was part of it.
Right. Well, we also had a background in some of the arts with, videos and photography and, kind of little dabble in editing and, stuff like that too.
So I had dabbled in photography and videography, and we look back and we're like, we take all these pictures and videos when we go on vacation, but we never do anything with it. They end up on a disc or at best, or forgotten about somewhere. At least if we start this YouTube channel, we can put something up for posterity. Our grandkids can look at it and watch and see the places that we've been, and we can look back on it years from now and say, oh, remember that? That was fun, wasn't it? And so that's kind of how it started. And so 3 years ago, next week, we started recording our first videos. And just been a whirlwind since.
Well, that's pretty awesome. And one thing that I'm sure you're proud of, and I'm one of these, you have over 900 subscribers right now. So how many do you have as we speak? Like 970?
As of the day that we're recording, it's 991. So
991. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was up there.
3 years of hard work.
That's right. It takes a long time.
It does.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. You know, I've been doing this for since 2019, and it's evolved over the years. And I got a little over 3,000. Okay, the 3,000 came every blood, sweat, and tears. No, you know, I didn't do it any other way. It's waiting. Oh man, where is it and everything. So, no, definitely. So I know how that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love to cruise, and of course, you know, my channel talk about going to Germany all the time. I mean, yeah, sure, I love doing that, but I also like cruising as well. My family and I we're planning a cruise together for my daughter's graduation present. It'll be next year, but so we're looking around at places, you know, where to go and all that good stuff. So. So we'll see what happens, and go from there, and hopefully maybe squeeze one in between. You know, so that's what it's all about. But your videos, like I said, they're hilarious, and we're gonna talk more about your pickleball addiction, and you know all the good stuff, and you even have a shirt that says pickleball on it. The green one.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch
them.
of shirts that say pickleball.
Right. Well, since we're on the subject, I wasn't going to get there yet, but now, where did you get your love for pickleball?
Well,
You should let me
Are you
take
eating
it.
cucumbers or
take this
something?
one.
So we were on an excursion in St. Martin, actually, and I was in the back of the boat just kind of taking a break, and I was sitting next to this girl, and we were talking about, at the time, we had a Bloody Mary challenge for, you know, our subscribers wanted us to do that, and so, but, oh, you look like you were going to say something. And so I had asked her if she would, like, come and help, you know, with our Bloody Mary challenge and whatnot. And she asked if I'd ever played pickleball. And I said, no, but, you know, I've played tennis. She's like, oh, you'll be fine. And I was like, all right, well, if you come and help us with this Bloody Mary challenge, you know, I'll go over there. And Corey was like, well, I want to go too, you know. So we went out and played with them. And we played padel first, which we thought was pickleball, or we didn't know the difference, or I didn't. Anyway, you might have.
No, I didn't know there was different. You said, but is that a different game than pickleball?
Padel, yeah.
Yes.
It's a completely
Never heard of
different
that.
game. It's played with a paddle that's got holes drilled in
A
it
tennis ball.
on like a tennis court with a tennis ball,
Oh.
but it's completely enclosed.
And you
It's
can-
like got this glass enclosure
And
around
you play
it.
off the walls, kind of like racquetball that way.
Yeah,
but-
so it's a
When you mentioned the hole, I remember you mentioned that in a video too at one point. Way back.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
So we went to play and enjoyed ourselves. And when we came home, there was a class through the rec center that they were having a free pickleball clinic. And I was like, hey, you know, we had fun in St. Martin. Do you want to try this out? You know, it was for a couple weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And we took the class, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah. Don't ever try pickleball unless you've got room in your life for another addiction.
Oh boy. Now, see me, I'm afraid now. Now, see, I have a bad back. You know, there's days you'll see me limping around. Some days you'll see me walking around fine. Which the boy they say, Darren, you look great, but they don't have no idea what's going on. And one wrong move, it could really mess me up. So
Yeah.
probably won't see me on the field. I mean, 100% you won't see me on the field. But in my mind, I want to. Just recently, my daughter, we got our new bedroom suit. And my wife, she says, Darren, you need to, get someone to help you do that. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm sitting, I'm putting the bed together and everything. I'm bending down, grumping. Well, these last 3 days now, it's been heck, you know. But you know, because of that. But listen to me and to you, Corey. Listen to your wife. She says don't do it. That's a fact. But
What do you guys say about that?
I'll say this. I've been dealing with a back and hip issue for about 6 months. Anybody that's watched our channel knows.
yes,
They've seen it, seen me talk about it. And with me, I cannot just stand or walk casually. If I walk, I have to walk at a brisk pace, walk uphill, upstairs, anything like that is fine. Or playing pickleball is fine. But you put me in a line, and I got about 5 minutes, and I have to sit down. I just cannot do it. So I don't
understand.
Weird little things, but no problem with pickleball, at least in moderation.
Now,
I didn't used to play in moderation.
All right.
I used to play 5-6 days a week for 2 hours at a go. But
I think it was last year you went to a pickleball championship, right?
Yes.
Where was that at?
That was in Bristol, Tennessee.
Bristol. Okay, I knew it was inland somewhere.
Macon, no?
Well, if depends on which one. I mean, I did a vlog from Bristol when I went to the PPA championship.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
That's different.
And then I remember the Macon one too.
Yep, we went to we have played in quite a few different tournaments, and we vlogged a couple of them at least. So yeah.
We don't always do very well, but
Yeah,
but we enjoy playing.
we have fun playing. That's the
Yes.
important thing.
Yeah, no, that's the important thing. Absolutely. What's the most popular destination you ever went to? Say, you got to go here, you got to go there, and you sign up, and you boom, and you're there. What's the most popular?
that we've been to.
The all the above?
Into. I would say, well, I mean, they're fairly popular, but they're definitely our favorite, and that's an Alaska cruise.
I had no idea what he was about to say.
Yeah. We've been on one Alaska cruise. We've got another one booked for next year. And I wish we could book one every year, because Alaska is just so amazing, especially when you get out in nature, or
You can't really describe it that easily.
Glaciers and everything else. So
Majestic is the word that comes to mind for me.
for sure.
Wow. I've never been to Alaska. I'd like to make that happen one of these days. I still need to get back to Hawaii. I've been there before. I was born there. So, but I was 9 months old when I left. And I went on a cruise, my first cruise. I was 9 months old because we cruised from Hawaii to California. Now we're Florida folks, my parents. But my dad was in the Army, and we were stationed at the time, and they called me their pineapple. So, anyways. Yeah, so I'm their little pineapple, and that went through, I think, eight boxes of Pampers from Hawaii to California on my first cruise. I'm like, thanks, Mom, or my dad told me that. My dad told me that, so I was like, oh boy. But now Alaska is pretty popular. Like I said, I have not been there, but after seeing your videos, and I saw other folks' videos too. Captain Billy J did a one on Alaska too, and Vizo, Rafi, Vizo for Vizo's Travel, he did too, and several other folks. And also Nancy, nautical nurse Nancy. She had one from, I think it was an older one I saw of hers, but I think she went back again or going back again. There's so many, it's hard to keep up with, that's for sure. But what's the most exciting cruise you ever went on, where you said, well, okay, let's go here. I'm not really sure. The reviews are bad, but we're going to go anyway. Have you had any surprises, any shock factors?
Exciting, I would say probably the Icon.
Yeah.
And especially the inaugural cruise on the Icon, and seeing a lot of YouTubers, and just the I can't even say it, the magnitude of the size of the ship, and
so
the service, everything was
less than a year into starting our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We somehow lucked into tickets for the inaugural cruise of the Icon of the Seas.
Oh.
And they were at like the original prices.
Right.
Where it was like a regular cruise price, like $3,000 for the week. And so it was like,
well, we had an interior, well, not an interior, well, I guess an interior balcony.
It was an interior balcony,
yeah.
And we were like, wow, we can't pass that up. This is the inaugural cruise, the biggest ship in the world. And so we booked that and went on that cruise. And of course, it's the inaugural cruise. So you've got pretty much every YouTuber that that's
watched
really
or
big.
whatever, and we got gifts every day. And,
Oh wow!
and the service was
the service
above
was
and beyond.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
The ship was gorgeous. There was just so much there to do. The shows were incredible.
7 days was not
That's
enough.
not the same one you were talking about yesterday on your live, was it? The one that said no one knows how to say no. Is that a different one?
The star with
you were talking
the
about that too.
voting,
Yeah. I watched your replay today. I was watching it today. I got there late last night, and we were ready to go off 3 hours. And
I know, and I even called you out last night and said, "Yeah, when you get on, we'll ask you."
Yeah, you did. You did. I heard you. Yeah, and I heard you. You talk about your test. You're like, "Oh, I'm worried about my test," but you're not. You're gonna be fine with your test. You're gonna be fine.
I think I did okay. Yeah. I'm not upset with how I took it. So.
Yeah.
Well, Laura, let's talk about your adventures lately. Last week you gave a big announcement on your live stream. Let's go ahead and tell everybody here.
Well, I'm officially a travel advisor through Cruise Planners of Varico. And
it's a TA truck stop, guys. Oh no, travel advisor. Go ahead.
Yes, and it's been 2 years probably in the making, and I just wanted to make sure that I would have enough time to put into it. And it kept progressively happening. And when we were on the Virgin cruise, I talked to the franchise owner, and I said, "Okay, you and I have had these conversations, but like, what is this really going to look like?" And so we had that conversation. I said, "Okay, let me get through year end with Balsam Falls Brewing," and I said, "and then I can probably be able to have that time." Because she said, there's a certain amount of hours that I should at least put into it in the beginning, right? And so I said, okay, I should after I get through year end. And I was like, okay. I was like, hey, why don't you just send me the paperwork and I'll kind of fill it out, and while they go through the background check and all this stuff. I was like, I thought that it's kind of like when we were moving in, right? I was like, oh yeah, it would be like 2 or 3 months. Yeah, no, it was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So the same thing. So all of this paperwork comes, I fill it all out, I send it back, and boom, like it's done. And so it just kind of happened a little quicker than expected, but here I am.
Wow.
I was projecting February, March, and it was probably the beginning of February.
And that's why Laurie missed Helen this year.
Because I had training.
That's right.
She was training down in Orlando. So
that's right. Yeah, it was. He kept it. He kept it. He didn't tell anybody. She's away. She's in Orlando. I'm here. So he didn't tell everybody. So
I know, and I appreciate that.
Secret.
For me, when I mentioned it, and if people started asking questions, I just wanted to have some training and knowledge, that I would at least be able to answer some questions. So that's kind of why I waited a little bit, just to make sure I, wrapped my head around some stuff, because there is a lot involved in learning and training and vendors and this and and stuff. So
that's for sure.
And I love it. It's such a great fit. Like, it's really
as long as you have that attitude of always learning, because we learn so much. You get some people, now I'm definitely not judging, but you get some people who know it all. I know it all. And then they pull stuff out of their head. That drives me nuts. I'm not afraid to say, you know what, I don't know. I don't know that answer. Let me find out for you. But,
right. I'll find the person that knows, or I'm going to do enough research that I'm going to come back with something that I can trust.
Solid.
Or I'm going to do it myself and then tell you what I experienced.
Now, sometimes some people are really good at that meter. That okay, I'm going to lie to you meter, and you're not going to find out about it. Some are going to look right at you, but some you can tell. Well, yeah, if you do this, this is written all over them. So it's good to have everything. Let's talk budget strategies for cruises. Okay, what do you look for first in your budget? I'm not talking money wise, but the value of your money. What do you look at first?
We kind of touched upon this last night, because there's certain times of the year that we can't travel right now.
Right.
And so that, of course, has to come into play, right?
Sure.
And then and then, do we want to experience a different ship, or do we want the itinerary? I think they're both pretty close to being up at the top.
Yeah. I mean, for us, we want to try new ships, new cruise lines, and see what everyone has to offer. Because we're still not completely settled on a favorite cruise line. I
mean, we have our favorites.
It's kind of hard to even pick a favorite because, one is great for these things.
Right.
And this one is great for these things.
And this one has a hammock.
Now, which one has a hammock? Which one has it?
Virgin Voyages.
Virgin Voyages.
Okay. I've been on Virgin.
I napped in that hammock every day. It was lovely.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, after the Virgin Voyages cruise, it's like, wow, there's just so much to unpack from what Virgin offers. Yeah, it's more expensive, but
there's a lot of other things included that
there's
might
so
not
much
be
included that you'd pay extra for.
Right.
So it washes out. It washes out, sort of.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Gratuities, Wi-Fi, your sodas are all included. Your meals are like
Specialty
dining every night, so it's like, well, yeah, you're paying more, but you're getting a lot more for it too. So,
Well, that's good. Do they? Now, I've been a Royal many times. Been a Carnival many times. The only other one was a Veracruz. I've been on Veracruz. That was a long time ago, but I don't even think that's still afloat. But there, yeah, like you're saying, I mean, each cruise line has its own thing, and they're all, to me, I don't know. I don't complain about food because I eat food. I don't care what I mean, but it seemed like Royal, like the lobster tails are bigger. I mean, it was all good, but they gave you bigger lobster tails,
Right.
And I'm not taking anything from Carnival because I love Carnival too, but that's the only difference, just a little bit bigger lobster tails. I love lobster tails, and
Buffet is
whatnot.
set up better on Royal
Oh,
from what we have experienced.
yeah.
yeah, they have crab legs. They have crab legs on there, and that's huge. And yeah, I forgot about that. But say if somebody contacts you, Lori or Corey or both y'all, say, hey, look, I want to make the most out of my budget. Okay, this is what I have, but I got to be really careful. What are some of the hidden costs that folks often overlook sometimes when booking a cruise?
There's extras. I would say gratuities is one.
For sure. And that can be $16 to $20 a day per person.
So we try to prepay that, so it's already paid with we include it in the
Right.
cruise price, right? So then
Like
you don't
get
have to
that
worry
on my
about
head
anything else.
here.
Right. Some other things too, if you have to travel, you'll have to get, airfare. And this isn't cruise related. This is just expenses that you have to think of. And
Sure.
you should always get there the night before or the day before. So you'll need lodging. So
You were saying
those
that last
two
time you live streamed too.
Yeah. And if you like to drink or you like to eat or, you can buy extras. They're not necessarily hidden. But
If you like to drink water, a bottle of water is going to cost you money if you go up to a bar and ask for it.
So bring a refillable bottle.
Yeah.
There
Most
you go.
places, the cruises generally have a water filling station, but you've got to find it, and it's not necessarily in your room. So if you've got a bottle of water in your room, it's going to cost you money.
Right. If they give you stuff, don't take it.
Don't think it's included.
That's not.
Oh, yeah. So surprise.
Unless you're a certain
Except-
status or a certain class.
Or you're on
so,
Virgin
yeah.
where they give you fresh carafes of water every day.
Oh, they
so-
did. That was great.
Oh, wow. There's
In
a
your
version,
room.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and we would,
That was nice. They gave us 2 a day.
they gave us 2 and then they started bringing us 3 because we were drinking them all. And
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, so.
That's
That was
awesome.
really nice.
Now, you mentioned,
Hopefully that
okay.
answers your question.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, hopefully that answered the question.
Yes, it did. It did. Thank you. Thank you. So you've been on, of course, Carnival, Virgin, Royal Caribbean. Weren't you also on the Princess too? Some Princess.
Yes.
We were on the Sun Princess.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. There's another one. That was.
Did you say celebrity? Celebrity.
And we've been on a couple of celebrities so far.
We've been really spoiled with
I
celebrity.
love the Celebrity. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hands down, Celebrity was our favorite cruise line until we cruised Virgin. Mm-hmm. And then
Agreed.
it's like, wow.
They're both like, right here.
They're both very high quality.
Yes. They're very, very different, so it's hard to
Very
say I
different
like
as
this
well,
one
yeah.
better
Now,
than
are
this
they both
one.
out of Miami?
The Virgin we took out of San Juan. So I had this really great idea of like, let's try different ports, right? Because that would be a great experience. We can go somewhere we've never been. We could stay a couple of days, yada, yada. And it's all well and good until, oh, you need a flight. Oh, wait, you need a hotel. Oh, wait, we're going to stay a couple of days. And oh, wait. And so so we went to San Juan this year. That's where Virgin's going. We have another one going out of California.
Was that next to San too?
I'm sorry?
Was that next to San too?
San Tu?
You said you went to San Juan. Did you go to San too?
Oh, haha.
I'm a dad joke. I can hear my kids. That's a dad joke. Yeah, I can hear it now.
I love the dad jokes.
Yeah, she's always reading me dad
Yes.
jokes.
But we do, a lot of times we try to go out of Fort Lauderdale because it's the easiest for us to get to because my dad lives in Boca. We could stay with him and he'll give us a ride to the port. Miami will have to get our own transportation.
He won't take us to Miami.
No.
He's like, no, I'm not going to Miami.
I can't blame him though. So,
There we go.
So to answer your question, we have gone out of Fort Lauderdale, Miami, San Juan.
Yep.
Any other ports?
No, we haven't sailed out of any other ports to date.
But we have New Orleans coming up on my birthday cruise next year. We're cruising out of New Orleans.
Cruising out of
And
LA.
that's a group cruise if anybody wants to join us. And LA for a New Year's cruise this year.
Yep.
Oh,
And then we're cruising out of Amsterdam in July.
Oh, and
That's
Seattle
where
to our Alaska.
Yeah, next year for our Seattle cruise, we're cruising out of Alaska.
And we've never been to Seattle,
Out of
so there
Seattle,
you go again. Got some lodging there.
wow, that is awesome. And I heard you talking about doing your research for the hotels in Amsterdam. And,
Yes.
and Corey's like, "Are you ready yet? Are you done yet?" And
Just pick one.
Like all day long, she's asking me questions. What do you think about this? And I'm like, really?
have you found one yet in Amsterdam?
Yes. Yes.
Which one?
The Monet Gardens?
Monet Gardens. Monet Gardens?
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's not too far from the. It's about 10 minutes from the train station.
It's it's in the city center,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah, not too far from Anne Frank's house. So you'll be able to see Anne Frank's
That is
house right
correct.
there. Yes, I stayed there. Now I was just in Amsterdam back in December. But I stayed there in because I was there in January too of 2025, and then I was there back again in December.
So did I make a good choice?
You made a really good choice. They got free breakfast too.
See, I have that.
Yeah, right there, and they're really attentive and very nice. The one thing I would definitely suggest is finding an Uber over a taxi driver over there.
Okay.
And if you do find a taxi driver, now there are good taxi drivers. Okay, I'm not saying they're all, but make sure they have that little red sign. If they don't have that red sign, do not get in because they'll tell you, oh, I'll do it for $20, and they'll get you down the road and go, no, I'm sorry, it's 40 more euros.
Yeah.
And they're out there like this, so you got to be careful. So if they have that little red sign, they're legit. If they don't, they're not legit. They're gonna try to scam you. So be really careful with that. And the thing about the Netherlands, they got rid of coins and most bill usage, like the euro. Everything's by card. Even if you grab a train, grab a streetcar or whatever, you need to have your card ready to do it. And you don't have to worry about the language barrier because there's places for English. You press English and you just follow instructions. It looks intimidating at first. Someone went there, but you just follow the prompts and you're good to go. But most places don't accept euros or especially the coins. So there's cards. So make sure you have your card. And also have you been overseas before?
Yes, not there, but
We've been to England together.
Okay.
yeah, I've been to Italy and France also.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, you know this already, but I'm just going to say it because it's on my tongue. Make sure you notify your bank with the days you're going, everything, because you don't want to get over there and be without your card. Because most places,
Right.
especially in Amsterdam, is card. Germany is catching up. Germany likes the old-fashioned money, which I like. I like that too, but it's convenient with the cards. But they're breaking up or breaking out with the coins. I mean, with the cards and everything. But it's still very much coinage and euros. They want the euros. You know, with the euros, and I like money too. I like to use it over cars, but at the same time, it's convenient. I'm like, but whatever. But I've taken many folks to overseas group trips, made itineraries. I just finished, I think, my 95th one since COVID. I started in COVID when everybody was home and everything, and I started doing itineraries. And I only charge one thing, and that's a smile. So I would help people set up. Hey, I would say you're not. And I said, no, I'm doing it for free because it's something I like to do, and whatnot. But anyways, and that's how it started. And one time I took a group. I had a back-to-back group, and I was emphatic. Make sure you contact your bank and everything to do it. Well, I totally forgot me. I got to Germany. I got the group in front of me, and I went to go to the ATM to get my euros out. I usually get a couple hundred euros out, just right there, just to get me going. And because believe it or not, the euro rate at the airport in Frankfurt is better than even outside. For some reason, I'm not going to argue it. I got there, then it dawned on me. And it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I have no access to cash. Okay.
Oh.
Germany's 6 hours ahead. All right. So it's 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, 12 to 1. And I'm sorry, I can't get hold of nobody. So I had a now a friend of mine says, here's 100 euros, whatever. I said, okay, as soon as I get my card working, I'll give you 100 euros back.
Yeah.
But that worked out. But the thing is, I've been preaching it for months. Make sure. And what do you know? I took care of everybody else, but not me.
I used to do it all the time because we go to St. Martin every year, right? For years. And I used to do it every time we left to go to St. Martin. And I have to say, I've not done it in like a year or two.
At least with St. Martin.
Since with anything. I haven't been very good with that, and I've been very fortunate that there's been no mishaps.
We don't normally use our debit card or something
True.
overseas, so.
Right. From the card.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now, and I know mishaps happen sometimes. Okay, regardless, right?
Yeah.
Between the two of y'all, how do you handle mishaps when they happen? Do you get upset? Do you go with the flow? How do y'all handle it?
Who do you want to ask first?
Ladies first.
You should probably ask Corey first. I'm serious.
Okay.
Because we're very different.
Everybody listening right now is watching this right now. Put on your seatbelts because we're about to hear something. All right, go ahead.
Well, I guess I would have to first say, who was it that caused the mishap?
I would say he's very fiery.
Because,
Because if I did it, he gets mad. If he does it, oh well.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
If she is the cause of the mishap, then I'll probably get upset. But then I figure out how to make it work. If I
love the faces.
I'll get upset with myself, but I don't have time to waste on that. I got to figure out how to fix the situation as best I can. So, yeah.
And who does the fixing?
Depends on what the problem is. I mean,
that's fair.
To be honest, on our last cruise on Virgin Voyages, which the videos haven't come out yet for that,
Looking forward to it.
Our wireless mics.
Uh-oh.
So
yes, and Lori doesn't get mad, doesn't give him a hard time. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, I completely forgot him. So
and I said, "Oh, okay. Well, let's just do what we gotta do."
We're gonna have to rely on the on-camera mics.
Right now, if that had been me, forget it. He'd be very, very mad. Very mad.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite sayings in the world is, "It's not the situation, it's how you handle it." Right? That gets me through all kinds of stuff. And sometimes I don't handle things right either. And then I got to remind myself, you know what? I can't. How this happened? How I'm going to handle it? Am I going to freak out, wig out, or am I going to just chill? Now, sometimes after I wig out a little bit, I tell myself I got to chill a little bit.
And yes, we're all guilty of that. But I will say, for me, I'm just like, I stop and I'm like, okay, I can't do anything about this. So how do we move forward? Like, how do I get from here to here now? Like, what is it we have to focus on? And you're laughing. Is that not true?
Yeah, that's very true.
Good answer. Yep. Just yep and nod your head. Yep.
It's so non-committal sometimes.
Now, that brings on the next question.
In trouble, so.
No.
That brings on the next question, which sort of segues into this. What else have you left that's of utter importance when you're traveling? You're maybe a day out to sea or up in the mountains, wherever you may be. You might be in your Jeep, you might be RVing or whatever, and you're like, oh, forgot that. What other item have you forgotten?
I can't say that we've left anything too important.
No, I don't think so.
I try to make my list before we go.
There was the year that
this is different.
The airline tickets were booked to go to St. Martin on the wrong week. So we figured it out the night before we flew out.
I called my aunt, who at that time owned the week after us, and was like, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, we're packing. We're getting ready to go." It was like 5:30 p.m. and the day before we were leaving, and she was like, "Oh, well, I don't leave for 2 weeks." And then, of course, she started switching the conversation. She's like, "Well, maybe one of us has it, mistaken, or whatever." She's not like trying to say that I'm not correct in my time or whatever. And so I ended up looking up on the timeshare calendar. Mm-hmm. And realized at that point it was like 5:45 and that we had the wrong week.
Yep.
Oh, great.
So
on a Saturday, and I was like, nobody's going to answer, now at this time. And
so we're like,
let's just go.
We're going to just have to go and show up and see what happens. Because we had, as we normally do, we had friends going with us that year. And show up at the timeshare, and they're like, sorry, we don't have anything. You're here a week early.
Yeah.
And we don't have anything.
Well, I will say that surprisingly enough, or not surprised, it happens often that
Apparently it does, yeah.
Had like this initial response and, like this whole thing. And I was just like, oh, wow, this happens like pretty often then, huh? That people do that. Because what happens is if you look at the calendar year, like from a calendar, it's not the same weeks as if you look at the timeshare calendar. And I guess that's what I did. And so I'm assuming that people do the same thing. They're like, oh, well, I'm week 14 or 13 or whatever. And so they just look at whatever that week is on the calendar and then they make their plans. But yeah, I learned the hard way because that's how I learned.
That's not the way to do it.
I learned.
They ended up getting us.
We got a 1-bedroom. We have a 2-bedroom unit, but
yeah, we ended up stuck in a 1-bedroom for the week. We had to pay for the first 2 nights.
We did.
At like $200 a night or something.
We did.
And then since we had guests coming with us, we gave them the bedroom, and we slept on the pull-out couch.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah, that was not fun.
No.
That sort of reminds me of, not to change the subject or anything, but so it has to be over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. Your sister made her and her husband like small homes or
Yeah,
Tiny
the
home
tiny
not
homes.
working.
tiny homes. Yes, yes. We love that. When now, what state was that in?
That's in Gunnersville, Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And my wife and I were looking at it, like, we would like to go there just to just to hang out.
It's a neat place.
It's because of that we got that I was finally on board with getting the RV.
Yeah.
Right.
We had that
How's that
weekend.
coming, by the way?
Kind of relaxing.
Yeah. I was like, oh, if I can hang out here with Corey without, just in this small space, we're getting along. I was like, all right, I think I can do it in an RV.
Yep.
Now, you had your RV now, what, 6-7 months now?
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only taken it out once.
Because, winter comes.
Yeah. Once it started getting cold, well, I had to winterize the RV. I'm not in Florida, so
Right.
had to winterize it, and we were going to take it out
To Helen.
We were going to take it to Helen and then take it to Texas, but that didn't work out. So it's still winterized, and we'll probably take it out.
May, we're going to do a
in
lot
May,
of that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Start
April
taking
is
it out
just a nightmare. We're just not in town a lot in April.
Right.
There's no weekends that we can go.
All right. Now, here comes the question that everybody's waiting for. And I'm curious too. Maybe you said it before, but I'm curious. And I ask these questions because I want my audience to see and your audience too. How did you come up with Mountains to Sea Cruise?
Well,
We live in the mountains and we vacation a lot to the sea.
Yeah.
St. Martin and the beaches.
that was basically it. I mean, we're in the mountains of western North Carolina. That's where we live. To the sea is normally where we go to for trips and vacations.
A lot of the time.
And sometimes it's in between. So
Yeah.
mountains to the sea, everything in between. And when we were looking at that name, we realized that there's actually, in North Carolina, there's a Mountains to Sea trail that goes from the mountains not too far from where we live all the way down to the coast and to the Outer Banks. So,
Check that out.
yeah.
Now, you don't have to give the exact town or anything where you're at, but are you close to Zebulon by any chance?
Just on the other side of Asheville, isn't it?
Yes.
Just east of Asheville.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know exactly where it is. We're about,
We're about an hour out of Asheville.
hour
A little
west of
less, yeah.
Asheville. So,
Okay. Because my dad was born in Zebulon, North Carolina.
okay.
Yeah. So my mom's side's been in Florida since the 1800s. I got records way back in the 1800s, mid 1800s. And my dad's side, and my mom's side came from Ireland, and my dad's side came from England. They went straight to North Carolina in the 1800s, but in the 1940s they moved to Florida. Hence, that's where my mom and dad met, and right in my hometown, Ocala, the big city of. But anyways, I was just curious while I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I like it though. I like how you have the M2C, like right here, M2C crew. That's awesome. Mountain to Sea Crew, but M2. Who came up with that, the acronym?
I did. I didn't want to spell out Mountains to Sea Crew because that was just too long for either an email address or a YouTube handle or something like that. So I shortened it to M2C Crew. Make it a little bit easier.
Well, good job. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Now, in your live streams, you mentioned some, stuff before. Sometimes it's and I know the struggle. It's hard to be consistent. Consistent with live streams or even regular content. Like vlogging or whatever. But how do you balance the must do? I need to do this in the midst of enjoying your travels.
Oh, let me take this, and then you
Okay.
can follow up. So
It's,
Corey's
Lord,
very
your face lights up when you're ready. You're like, oh no, let me take it's right
Oh
there.
boy.
no,
Go ahead.
I don't know what's coming.
no, I know. I think that about you sometimes too.
Ah,
No, he's very disciplined when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like he always has a plan in his head, and so I've learned over the years that I have to ask him, "Hey, what is your plan?" Blah 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 blah. Because whether he does it on purpose or not, he always has something planned out. And so for me, I'm more of a blah blah blah, fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. Like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do this. And so he's the
spontaneous.
one that kind of keeps us, like, hey, we need to make sure that we get this content. Hey, don't, I don't know, like, kind of stay focused on what we're supposed to do, and then you can go and
Right.
flitter around or whatever.
I'm the producer, director, cameraman, sound guy, you name it.
And like I'll have something
And,
to say, and I'll be like, "Hey, what?" And then because he's he's talkerson here, but when he's not in front of the camera, he's not very talkative at all. I'm the talker, right?
I'm your prototypical introvert until you put me in front of a camera.
Right. And so I'm like, and then I was like, "Hey, I had something to say," and he goes, "Oh," and then after he gets done, he's like, "What do you want to say?" And I'm like, "I don't remember now."
Well, you hide it very well because I think you both are very outgoing, and that's what's cool about you.
I'd say, as far as how we keep a balance, we just realize that we're a lot of times we're doing things that we may not have already done, and that's one of the things that we talked about when we started. Is that when we used to go to St. Martin, well, we'd go do a couple of things, but for the most part, we just hang out around the resort and around the pool, and didn't necessarily get out and do a whole lot. When you've got a YouTube beast to feed, you need content and you need things to talk about or to show
Or to do. Yeah.
So it kind of got us out doing more.
And being more social. Sometimes.
So my focus is, all right, let's open our day, let's talk about what we're doing, and then I'll just shoot all the stuff that we're doing, and then we'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll shoot some more, and just let the day go like that. As far as beyond travel, well, something I've talked about many times before.
Oh, see, now I have no idea what he's about to say.
My weekends, I work Monday through Friday at our business, and then my Saturdays and Sundays normally are spent editing videos.
But he's all caught up that he's had a couple weekends off.
Yeah, I've
And I
actually had
have
a couple
not.
weekends off.
I've been working.
That's good.
Except for when we play pickleball for 3 hours.
Yeah. So
Right.
we're caught up. And
I'm not caught up with thumbnails, but
won't
we're
have
caught
any
up.
more videos to edit until we get back from St. Martin. So
That's great. Yeah, with me, most of my videos, of course, Germany, and when I go, I'm usually filming every day, and I, of course, put at least a video a week. Sometimes I put 2 out a week, 3 a week, whatever. But mostly it's once a week, especially for the spotlight, which I enjoy. Y'all liking that spotlight?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I enjoy that each and every time. It's sometimes you're busy, but you could always go back, as Sherry does a wonderful job with the playlist. You could always go back and watch the playlist and watch the video, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. And folks, if you're listening right now, every week, Corey and Lori and myself and many other creators, we have a thing called the Saturday Spotlight, where we premiere our videos each and every Saturday evening, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before that, there's a kickoff. Sherry from Sherry Awesome Sunsets Travels, she provides a live stream most of the time. Sometimes she records it, depends on her availability. And so there's some type of kickoff, either a live stream or something recorded. An hour, sometimes 30 minutes prior. You sort of got to subscribe, make sure you'll know when. And but it's really neat, and it's a series of premieres. And Corey and Lori, They'll have their video, then everybody's watching it. Then there's a link up top. When they're finished, you click that link and you go to the next person that's in the lineup, the playlist, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope to see y'all there on the Saturday Spotlight each and every Saturday. But yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's really neat. It's a great thing. We're doing that a couple years now, and it's wonderful. A couple more things here. Tell us about an adventure you had. You had absolutely no idea what you were doing. You're like, I don't know, I'm just going to do it, and then it turned out to be your favorite memory.
I don't know about favorite, but it was definitely life changing for me.
Watch our video.
Life changing.
Watch our video on Saturday.
Okay.
Because that's what she's going to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
We all thought we were going to die before we were going to get on the cruise because we had this excursion and the guy was talking to us about doing all this like climbing and like all this stuff. We're like, what? I'm like, oh my God, we're going to die. We're going to climb up mountains and stuff and we're not going to have any harnesses or what? Like all we're wearing is like a life jacket or a life preserver, like,
and a bump helmet.
Oh, like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, we thought, okay, we're going on this rainforest.
Yeah, we're
tour.
taking a hike
to a waterfall.
Oh yeah,
hike to a waterfall. That's all we really knew about. Wear your bathing suit because there's a pool or whatever. Well, we get there. We get to the waterfall.
Huh?
You said birthday suit? Wear your birthday suit? Oh, bathing suit. I'm glad I asked because I'm like, I'm not going there.
Oh, some things you just can't unsee, Darion.
That's right.
But yeah, so we got there and it's like, oh, well, we've got to go up top there. And it's like, really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like scaling rocks and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, we seriously were not sure
I was not sure
we were expecting.
I mean, I figured maybe I could do it, my hip and stuff, but you don't always have the best balance. So I was really concerned about you.
And my knee was hurting. And I'm afraid of heights. And it was all kinds of. Yeah, it was life changing for me. Like literally, I came away
Something
from
you'll never forget, huh?
A different person, and that may have been what really kind of started the like. Okay, these little things, they're little, like they're so insignificant, and so that's probably what started the travel advisor and like really making it happen, was because I was like, you know what, these little things, they don't matter. It's time to do the things that I want to do, or so it was very
kind of a life-changing moment. Whether it was our favorite excursion or not, I don't know, but
would I do it again? No, probably not. But am I glad I did it? Yes, I did enjoy it, as stressful and challenging as it was. I'm glad I did it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I got another question about I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Your first day, your first day you're on a cruise. Okay. The anticipation. You're counting the days. You got shipmate or whatever that thing is. You're counting down. You count down your days of the cruise, and you're day one. What's your logistics on your first day? I got to do this. I got to be in this certain spot. Or what's the first thing you go to?
Can I start us off before we get to
Sure.
the point? We have to wear matching shirts, or at least our Mountain t-shirt. We have to go outside and take pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have to post them on social media, and then we'll send it to him.
I would say that the only thing that we have to do is, the first thing we look to do is to drop our bags in our room as quick as possible. Because we check our big bags, but our carry-ons and our backpacks,
there's so much stuff in it.
It's got all our camera gear and computers and all that kind of stuff, so we always wheel that on. So our first thing we want to do is to find our room, get our keys, drop our bags, and then go explore the ship.
And do the muster. Because we want to get everything out of the way as soon as possible, so that we can go explore, eat, drink.
Yeah. I mean, beyond,
hang out,
we try to get on board as early as we can, get to our room as early as we can, to free ourselves up to enjoy the ship.
And
Beyond that, we'll wander around, see if we can find something to eat. If not, we go to the buffet probably. Sometimes we go to main dining or something like that, depending on what's available.
and then we kind of run into things, not knowing what we're looking for, and we're like, oh, hey, this is kind of cool. Let's just check this out and
find a spot to film a sail away time lapse. I love doing
You have to
those.
leave room for spontaneity, right? You got to be, yes, have a plan, but have a plan to be spontaneous as well. You agree with that?
you have to be.
And try to see as much of the ship as you can.
Yeah. And there's been a couple cruises where we've been contained in at least, what was it? Was it Reflection?
No,
where
it was
we
on
were contained on 6 and 7 for 2 days
The
or
Sun
something
Princess,
like that.
I think it was.
Oh, okay. And so I was like, oh my God, we're going where? I've only been on 6
y'all
and
get that.
7. We're going to floor 9? Yay!
Yeah. Our Princess cruise, seen through the vlogs, it was kind of a nightmare. I mean, we didn't get on board until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it turned out to be a fine.
then we were fighting, trying to find someplace to eat.
Yeah.
Because we had the Princess Premier package or whatever, where you had
He's still scorned by it.
supposed to have unlimited specialty dining, which, of course, there were no reservations available.
Look, we only had one night.
We ended up
Technically.
only one night where we didn't eat a specialty dining.
That's right. So it ended up working out okay.
It worked out okay, but
Stressful going through
our
it.
first night, we really did not see anything because we were stressing trying to find someplace to eat.
Yeah, we sat for an hour waiting to get into a place, and then we were sitting at the bar, and we're like, oh my God, none of us, because normally we'll have lunch at some point, and we didn't have lunch because we were in traffic and it took so long to get on. So we're like, we'll just wait for dinner, and we were starving.
We were,
and it was like 6:30 by the time we actually started to sit down and have something to eat. And then by the time that was done, we had a show after that, and that was it.
That was it. So, yeah, we got to see none of the ship on the first day. So, but anyway, I don't know.
Just go with the flow. All right, just go with the flow.
You have to.
All right. Well, folks, I have to ask you this question here, and before we get to we start out to the other question yet, but one more question. I want to tell everybody about your vision. Okay, your vision for the crew, the Mountain to Sea crew, in the next 5 years. Are there any bucket list expeditions? Are they places you haven't been to yet where you want to be? What is your vision for the next 5 years for your channel?
Or the next 5 years for our travels.
Travels or channel?
Yeah. I'd love to see the channel grow.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd love to see more people impacted by the stuff that we put out. I mean, that's kind of the whole purpose of it.
Right.
We're not doing this to, hey, look at me. I'm something special, because I'm not.
More engagement.
I'm just a normal person, but we love to help people. And I read all of our comments. I respond to all of our comments. My favorite comments are the ones that ask me a question about something that I can answer and try to be helpful to the viewer. So growing that community and being able to be of assistance to more travelers in living out their dream travel.
And I think where I'm going
important.
can help with some of that too, because I'll have a lot of
for sure
knowledge in that area as well.
And I mean, there's nothing you love more than looking at destinations and planning things. So
I know. I'm like, oh, honey, they got this, and she's like, we have enough this year.
That's my cup of tea. I love planning, researching, and everything, and
I know. If I have a client that wants information on Germany, guess where I'm coming?
All right. So this brings it.
You out.
Yes.
I will say, we both talked about doing a Mediterranean cruise. That would be great.
Oh,
I want to do a river. I want to do a river cruise. I've always talked about Disney, but that is actually because so in our training that I was in Orlando, our team got together and kind of picked trips throughout the next 3 years. So 2 a year. One is for our retreat, like we did in Orlando, and one is for family, friends, clients, and everybody that wants to join us trips. And so I'm going to get on my Disney cruise in 2028. We have a Mediterranean, no, not a Mediterranean. We have Spain and Portugal trip coming up.
Oh, good.
Also, or is on that calendar.
Is that a land-based trip?
That will probably be a land, maybe a little bit of a cruise. That's not
sure
what
yet.
we did. Was we picked the dates and the times, so or the dates and the years or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah, so some of those
Awesome.
we've talked about going to Ireland to visit our friends. Yeah. I'm going to do a little shout out to Tara and Sean.
Oh, there you go. Now, who are they? Who are they?
We met them on the Celebrity Reflection.
We sure did.
And we hit it off.
Stayed in touch.
Yeah, and
they're going to be meeting us in Amsterdam in July. Okay. They're going on that cruise with us.
And they're actually staying too, like when we stay.
And then we're supposed to be going to Ireland sometime
2027,
next year.
yeah.
Do they have a channel?
I'm sorry?
Do they have a channel?
Nope.
Nope. They're just
okay. I was going to let you shout out their channel while we're at it. So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well that is so awesome. And folks out there listening, what I appreciate about Corey and Lori is their honesty. You know, they're not up there. You know, if they're trying some food, they're not going to say just for the camera, "Oh, it's good." They're going to tell you, "This ain't good." They will tell you flat out.
He'll be more poo-poo than me. I'm like, come on, honey. I mean, you got to find something good, you know. Okay, yeah, it sucks, but you know.
That is awesome. I just appreciate it. But folks, if you want some really good advice about cruising, make sure you go see Corey and Lori at Mountain to Sea Crew. Okay, they're a lot of fun in person. And by the way, Lori, you were missing Helen. People were asking about you. I'm sure Corey told you, but it was like. Hello, missing here, but anyways, but
relief.
Yeah,
you know.
There you go. Now this brings to the final question. Okay, I gave y'all some homework to do.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I've asked you both to come up with 3 to 5. It could be 3, or it could be up to 5, or it could be 20. I don't care. But 3 to 5 places to go. If you were ever to visit Germany, where would you visit? And who wants to go first?
Local breweries.
Yeah, well,
right.
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
All right.
Breweries not good.
Well,
every town has one.
Yeah.
Munich for October.
Every town has one in Germany. So
I mean, yeah, and every town in Germany has a brewery, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, as a brewer myself, it's got to be a pretty big attraction to Germany, is just to go there and experience German beer in Germany. Mm-hmm. I brew a lot of German beers, German style beers. So experiencing it in Germany in the traditional manner would be really cool. So that's number 1 for me, is Munich.
Okay, so all right, so I'll put Munich. Okay.
Number 2, I would say, would have to be Berlin, because of all the history there. You know, Checkpoint Charlie and
he's a history buff,
whatever, the Berlin
guy.
Wall, and I'm sure they've got all kinds of stuff in there that would be really cool to see.
I have to say Nuremberg, just because that's the one I know. That's the name I know.
Yeah. And I know there are a lot of castles. I don't know a whole lot about Germany specifically. I know there's castles everywhere. I've seen some of them on your vlogs. But yeah,
Probably saw the Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein. In fact, it's right there. Right there, back there.
okay,
That,
yeah,
that's where Walt Disney got his idea for the Cinderella Castle for all the
Wow.
parks. Yeah, he's like, man, I want this for my parks, and that's actually the youngest castle. It's a real castle. I mean, there's nothing fake about it. It's a real castle, but it's the youngest one, built in like 18. Don't hold me for the year, 1860s maybe. I forgot the year offhand, but then
Right.
Neuschwanstein, and it's beautiful. Do you have any more other cities so far? I have Munich, Berlin, and Nuremberg.
I'd say Cologne.
Cologne, very good.
Yeah.
I was just there in December as well. Yeah. So okay. So let's talk about Munich. Munich, I love Munich. I go to Munich every time I'm there. It's just one. It's one of my favorite cities in Germany. Okay, as far as city. Now Munich, is you're right there in Bavaria. Okay, and you're close to everything. You're a 45-minute car ride to one of my favorite places, Garmisch-Partenkirchen. That's a Zugspitze. It's the highest peak in Germany where you can stand on top of the mountain and you can see, oh, there's Italian Alps, there's a French Alps, there's a Austrian Alps, and so forth. There's a Swiss Alps here, and you're standing up there. Sometimes clouds go right by you. It's that high, and so if you go to Munich, you would just take a train ride there, or I would recommend both ways, depending on what you want to do. Either or, stay in Garmisch where it's cheaper. Okay, experience all the Bavarian, all the stuff there. Oh, it's just beautiful. I'm ready to book a trip tonight. You know what I mean? That's just how beautiful it is. And then take a train into Munich because everything's right there. But Munich got the English Garden. Okay, it's the biggest park. Even bigger than Berlin, but it's big. It's bigger than New York City's. What's that big park in New York City?
Central Park.
Who?
Central Park.
Central Park. Yes, I can't believe I go to Germany more. But it's bigger than Central Park by a bunch. There's a river goes through it. Summertime, everybody's out there. Even in the wintertime, a lot of people's out there. But it's a beautiful, just greenery, and the river's going through there. I swam in that river many times. You jump in, and the flow, you're just gone. You jump in, you're not just, oh, I'm swimming. You jump in, you're flying. That's how big it is. People surf there. They have surfboarders right there in the middle of Munich. You'll see people out there in wetsuits. It could be wintertime too, and they have wetsuits on, surfing on the waves out there, and nowhere near the ocean at all. But this river, and it is just really, really neat. But the history of Munich, tons of history. You got the Hofbrauhaus, okay, which is a big beer hall there. That's where Adolf Hitler he did a lot of his speeches there in the 30s. The rise of the Third Reich and all that stuff. He was. There were several attempts on his life. I think over 45. 2 of them in the Hofbrauhaus. One on the second floor where the big bandstand is. He was precise. Every certain time he would leave and get on a train and go to wherever he's going. But he got sick one time, and he left a little bit early. But what happened was they put a bomb to go off at that precise time where he would have been there, and it blew up. He was walking out of the building, and the stage blew up. And that's just one of the times that they try to get him. But all kinds of course, World War II history and history way before World War II and all that stuff. But I get a lot of questions about all that. You got the Marienplatz, the Glockenspiel, that big the Rathaus, which is the city hall, and it is cobblestone streets. Walking through there. I mean, it is. Oh boy, I'll talk your ears off on this stuff. But it's beautiful. That, and of course, Garmisch-Partenkirchen, and the Christmas markets. I know you mentioned about you like to go to Christmas markets in Germany.
Oh yeah.
Munich's got a huge one there, a humongous one there. I mean, just beautiful. It's the smells, and you got the Glühwein, you got it's the mulled wine, but it's warm. I get the Kinder Punch, and that's the punch. It's like fruit juice, but it's more Kinder for kid, you know. So and so they and the smells of gingerbread and food and fresh bratwurst everywhere, sausages and everything. And I don't care where I'm at. I always try to find me some spaghetti ice, and even you're at a Christmas market looking for spaghetti ice, you better believe it. Now the thing about it is, over in Germany, things are different. There's no preservatives in anything, nothing at all. It's against the law. Sort of like the 1516 purity law, the Regensbot. Exactly. See, and they can't change it, right? Same with the food. Okay, so it's not only the Hefeweizen has got to be this, that, but it's the food as well, and so it tastes different. Das Eis, they do a great job. I'm not knocking Das Eis at all, because their ice cream is yummy to my tummy, but there's a taste difference. And so you'll taste one of Das Eis and go to Germany, and you're like, whoa, this is a big difference, and both are good. I'm not saying anything bad about any of them, but it's just really, really neat. But Bavaria, I love Bavaria. I also love the Northwest Germany and all that stuff. And but I'm going to go up a little bit. I'm going to go up and down, because I'm going to do it in order. Munich, but Munich, you got so much in Munich, because you got Munich, you're in the city life, but you go just a few minutes out by train. First timers to Germany, I recommend train. I probably wouldn't recommend a car. I mean, you'll be probably fine, okay. But when first timers go to Germany, I say, just use a train system first. Get acclimated, know where you're at, and all that stuff, and whatnot. It's your decision, but that's what I recommend. But you got the Garmisch, you got Mittenwald, the home of the violin makers that make violins just right down the road. Mm-hmm. You got the Eibsee, the crystal clear water that I love. I swim in every year. It's right underneath the Zugspitze, the high mountain I was talking about, with all the, you can see the Alps this way, that way. And it's just you're swimming in this. I love to swim, so you're swimming with my trunks on, no birthday suit. Yeah, and you're swimming along, and then you see just snow cap. It could be July, and you're swimming. You got snow capped mountains. The reflection as you're swimming. I mean, this is like storybook teller right there. But you got all this stuff there, right? And I'm gonna go up to Berlin. Okay, Berlin, tons of history. Tons and tons of history. I remember seeing it when the wall was up. I was there, right? I wasn't in Berlin, but over there when all that stuff was going down back in '89 and all that. But I remember seeing it as a '70s. I was there as a kid too, because my dad was in the Army, so I lived there as a kid. So total 6 years, or 4 years as a kid and 2 years in the military. So total 6 years. But I remember seeing it as a kid, and then I remember seeing it as an adult, because we should do border patrol. Now, we didn't do border patrol on the Berlin Wall, Brandenburg Gate, and all that stuff, because we were on the Czech side, so we would do the Czechoslovakia border right on there. That's another story. But to go where I seen machine gun nests, okay, and go where I saw a tank, and I know right there, if I walk over there, you're gunned down, and now I'm sitting there posing, making selfies. Hey, right here, I could have been dead here a couple years ago. It's just amazing. But as you know, Berlin was just leveled. During World War II, you had Russia going in, America going in, French, British, all that stuff. It was just devastating. But they rebuilt, and ever since the wall came down, and especially after reunification in the early '90s, they've been rebuilding it. You still get that feel over on the east side, where it's kind of it's not as gloomy as it was even 10 years ago. But you could tell it's still gloomy. Some, they're updating all the time, but they still have the street lights like from the 30s up there, and still work in order and all that stuff. But tons and tons of history there. You got the Regensbot that was burnt down by Hitler. He burned it down. He wanted to get rid of all the. Now see, that's the thing, and which I can't stand. People think, all Germans were Nazis. No, they were not Nazis. There was a sect. You got your SS, you got all that. But if you know your history, you know that they were not all Nazis. Okay, in fact, Night of the Long Knives in 1938, when Hitler was telling all his generals in the army and everything, saying, "Hey, you got to switch by this date, or you're dead." There was this German officer that stood up and goes, "We will not. This is barbaric. I'm a proud German soldier, and we will not hurt anybody. We're not going to do this." Well, they gave him the Luger. He did it himself. But anyways, not everybody, because that's what people think. Oh, they were all no, not at all. There was a lot of them maybe saying it was to save their lives, but it was not. And that same with like going to Germany. I heard people say, "Well, I never thought of Germany as a destination to go to." And funny story, I mentioned this. I had Coker culture last week on here, and we were talking about it. And one of them is I'll be real brief on this. A couple from Nebraska, old school. He's retired Army, retired school teacher too, and she's a retired principal. Long story short, they go to France and Rome all these years and everything. Well, in my video, especially during the COVID years, right, the C word years. I hate that word COVID because it messed up my Germany trips. They would say, I would say, "Hey, contact me. I'll help you set up an itinerary. I make itineraries all the time. You contact me. We'll schedule a video call." What they did, and she is full of vigor and fun. She wasn't being rude at all, but she's like, "I really don't want to go to Germany. I'm going because of him." But she's laughing, saying that she's not being all rude or nothing. She was just fun loving. Well, long story short, they went, and I got messages left and right, almost every day. "This is great. We never thought of this being a destination. Da 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 da." And they're on I think their 9th trip now back since that was 2021. And they're like Rome what, Paris what? we're going to Germany, and it's so funny. And they take their family and stuff over there. They'll call me up every once in a while. "Hey, what about this? What about this? What about that?" I say, "Hey, you're on the spot. You're regulars now." So they do a great job. It's kind of fun. But anyways, let's go down to Nuremberg. Now, Nuremberg holds a very special place in my heart because that was my very first Christmas market when I was 8 years old. My dad, my mom had to work. It was a Saturday, and this is living in Germany. And I remember my dad saying, "I'm going to take Darion. We're going to go to Nuremberg. Train ride." It was like a little less than 2 hour train ride from where we lived in Gießen, Germany. And so I remember my dad walking around. I got this big old gingerbread. And it had all of the cream on it and everything. I'm just like, "Hey, this is great," And it had a big old bratwurst, and my dad walking around. And I miss my dad. He's been gone since '98, but I got that memory of being 8 years old and him taking me there. That was the original Christmas market, one of the original Christmas markets. And so if you go to Germany, especially during Christmas market time, go to all these cities, but Nuremberg, that holds a very, very special place. Even when I was stationed in Schweinfurt, Germany, I would go to Nuremberg frequently. Almost every other weekend, I would be in Nuremberg. I just, like that area. And then next was Cologne. Now, Cologne, you saw my video with Klaus. Klaus, my German buddy. He's a character and a half. That's his character name, Klaus. We were at the Cologne Christmas market that just came out. I think it was January. I put it out January, February. I forgot. We were wearing Christmas hats or Santa Claus hats, and went to that Christmas market. Walking around the big cathedral there, big Cologne Cathedral, Cologne Dome, and it's just beautiful. That city is beautiful. It's right on the Rhine River. Cruise ships go through there. It's a port actually of all different. And my friend Martin met his wife. She worked on the cruise line, and I got how they said how they met. I guess she was off one day, and they met there because she came off the cruise ship to go shopping. I guess I can't really, I don't remember exactly how, but it's something to that effect. And they're a happily married couple, and that's pretty awesome. And but it's really, really cool. But so Munich, Berlin, Nuremberg, and Cologne. That'd be a good trip. Now I can set you up with a outstanding itinerary whenever y'all ready. So you just let me know.
All right.
I will.
Yeah, and other places.
Got to see where we can fit it in.
Yeah, exactly. But
So
anyways,
what would
thanks.
you recommend for the time frame to visit? At least your
Well,
first time.
Yeah, first time I would give 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days. Now I take little trips all the time. Like I just went 4 days. That was back in December, but because I found a good deal on airline ticket, so I look for deals all the time. $400 round trip. Tschüss. I'm going to. I'll be back. You know.
Round trip, yeah.
And I
Stuff like that. But if you do like a quick trip, say, man, I only got 6 or 7 days, I would recommend going to one spot, immerse yourself in that area, and stay in one spot. And say if y'all are going to Germany today, I would recommend flying into Munich, okay, taking a train to Garmisch. Stay in there, get an Airbnb, hotels over there, whatever. Stay in Garmisch, okay? And I got places where I would recommend, got my favorite places, and everything. So, and then stay there, stay in that Garmisch area, and then just go out and enjoy Munich, enjoy Garmisch area, and I give little disclaimers to everybody. I give disclaimers to anybody that I do with helping with itineraries. So here's a little disclaimer: once you go, you're going to be hooked now. And
That's what happened
so
to him
far,
with St. Martin.
Yeah.
There was no disclaimer then, because I didn't
no
know he was
disclaimer.
hooked.
Now, St. Martin's very beautiful. And I love that beach there. Oh wow, we went to the free beach, and I forgot the name of it. It was nice.
Mullet Bay? Mullet? That's a free.
Yes, it's one with an M.
Mullet or Maho?
Mullet. Or
Mullet. Maho they call airplane beach. That's where the airplanes fly in. Mullet
okay, no.
is Mullet is a place that you can just kind of go and hang out on the beach, and there's a couple places to eat. I think there now.
Yeah, yes, it was a free beach. Now everyone was going to that one where you got to I guess pay like $20 or 30 whatever, but it was full. It was capacity. So me and Ralphie and a bunch of other people, we let's go to the free beach. So we went to the other, we just call it free beach, but it started with the M. I think it was the Mullet. Which yeah,
Mullet Bay.
Mullet Bay.
That's it. There was a bay in it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Definitely. Well, folks, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming on. I wanted
Thank you for having us,
Yeah,
Darion.
our pleasure.
You're welcome. I want to share Corey and Lori to my subscribers. And again, folks, make sure you go check out Mountain to Sea Crew right here. Corey and Lori. Say hi, Corey and Lori.
Hi, Corey and Lori.
These are that's good. These are fine people, and their channel is outstanding. And when I interview somebody, that means I like them. So just keep it that way. Doesn't mean if I haven't interviewed anybody, I don't think I don't like you. Digging deep a dish and get in there. Anyways, but yeah, you know what I mean. But thanks for sharing your channel and everything, and of course playing with where would you go when you go to Germany, and if and when, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to close it out with you. Would you like to close out with anything you want to say in closing, or?
It's not if, it's when.
Yeah. Oh! Yeah, if I can touch you right. Oh, yes. I like it. Lori, that's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. If it's not if, it's when. And put M2C Crew underneath it. Watch.
I can do that.
Look at there.
She designed.
Brainstorming.
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah. All
On
right.
her.
What is our new tag? It's not if, it's when.
Right.
I like that. That is cool. All right. In closing, I'm going to ask y'all to help me say goodbye. We're going to say Dankeschön, Tschüss. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sirree. Mountain to Sea Crew. Tschüssies. Oh.